Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving together into Open Ultra League with an Ultra Beast up in front, followed up by Double Ice. So this Double Ice is gonna form a nice gold backline for the entire meta of Ultra League, and that's why I enjoy this team a lot. You have to play this team as a classic PvP team style in order to succeed, so basically you have to rotate around your safe switch. With that in mind, that safe switch is gonna be of course Walrein, and we're gonna do exactly that following that Tapu Fini into the battle. So at this point we have debuffed Tapu Fini, so I was pretty sure I can survive pretty much the whole Moonblast range for sure, while now I'm just gonna block the second potential Moonblast, and of course they're gonna get to back-to-back moves, which means that is gonna be just a surf at this point. So we definitely should have sealed at least once anyways, so I'm glad I did here, and now we can finish off this Tapu Fini. I know that they're gonna return to the battle now with Obstagoon, and we're gonna have a lot of solid play now with our Buzzle, immediately switching out to that Trevenant, which makes a lot of sense. This would eventually happen, but to be honest, Trevenant now just got a little bit of extra energy on its gain, but it doesn't matter because whatever they throw here we can definitely survive, and at this point we can easily finish them off with the Weather Ball. My switch is up, and of course as soon as we can finish off this Trevenant, we're just gonna completely farm down with Buzzle whatever remains at the back, and whatever remains is of course Obstagoon, which stands no chance at all. I believe that at this point my opponent has absolutely given up, so this is gonna be a solid farm down to start off the video. Into the next one now with a Charizard up in front, so not only good leads but also bad leads on this video, and we are met up with a very bad switch as well. So I will try to bait here for the Earthquake because as it seems they are over farming as well, and right after I will try to get to the Earthquake, and of course they're gonna throw because they do not want to get a lot of damage on their Pokemon. You know what I want to do here is to basically stay in with my Buzzle, lagging a little bit with that FPS drop as well, and now Mega Horn is gonna connect for big damage on my Pokemon. However, we can still handle the damage from the counter, so right after we're just gonna finish it off. Charizard returning here, Aurorus is emerging, so it all depends on what they have as their third Pokemon. It is gonna be the Walrein trainer, so we're looking at a pretty nice sweep coming up from Aurorus, big damage on the Walrus, and all we have to do here is to respect the damage from a potential Earthquake. It is gonna be the Earthquake we blocked correctly, and right after we can reach to back-to-back Weather Balls. I know they already have an Icicle Spear ready to go, they are gonna throw it, this is not gonna be an Earthquake or anything, I was counting the moves at this point, and right after we can complete the farm down. All I want to do at this scenario is to go ahead and spam those Weather Balls once again, and because I have the vamped up attack stat, I'm pretty sure that Aurorus here can easily emerge victorious, even though they can finish us off with a Blast Burn. I'm saying that because we still have one more Pokemon, the Buzzle, and look at that, right on the edge, we're gonna be able to take out the Charizard with our superpower. How often do you see that Buzzle finishing off Charizard right on the edge, and that's gonna be an amazing victory for us. We're having now Virizion in the next one. Good news here is that we can resist pretty much anything they throw, especially if they do not have Stone Edge. So I'm just gonna let the first one go through because I have already debuffed this Pokemon, and seeing that it is a Stone Edge, everything is looking super cool for us. They switch out to a Regirock, which means that their entire team might be weak to my Pokemon here, and because they get to the superpower as well, I'm just gonna seal whatever they throw and then try to protect my Buzzle over here by switching out to the Walrein. So let's see what their decision might be, at least that's my plan. So bringing in the Virizion, just gonna get to the debuffing move the lands and then try to snipe them down with my Walrein. This is the correct play. At the back they have Registeel, so it was a double Regi team, and their whole team was weak to Buzzle, and that was something that I saw quite a few times on my battles. And one other good lead that you can get with this team, completely walling it down, is gonna be Swampert. So at this point we're gonna meet up with a Registeel on the switch, and as you're gonna see, we can definitely finish off this threat pretty much the same way that we did before. They are not gonna shield, and right after we can easily farm down. So they have the Charizard at the back, and all of a sudden we have the biggest win condition ever, because not only we have Walrein but also Aurorus, which can threat the Charizard out of existence. So here comes now a move. We can definitely survive one while we can still pressure for the next Icicle Spear, but now they're gonna switch out. Pretty good play by my opponent here, absorbing the damage, and right after they can easily farm down with the Mud Shots. So this Pokemon now has a lot of energy to spare, but it doesn't matter because still we can rely on our Aurorus to finish them off with ease. So we're gonna go down to the second Hydro Cannon, right? Yeah, we can definitely survive one at this point, and one more coming up, especially after the launch, and I'm pretty sure that whatever happens here, my Aurorus can absolutely completely farm down. So I'm just gonna shield whatever they throw. It might be an Earthquake, who knows, and right after gonna press the Meteor Beam because as it seems here they stand no chance at all, and I believe that Swampert is just gonna follow the same fate, even though if that is gonna be a Hydro Cannon we can still survive, and that is gonna wrap things up for this battle. Ganeto absolutely lost this on the sentence. So anyways, we're having a Cresselia in the next one after that big mess up that I did with my sentences, and we're gonna go ahead and spam those lunges. So I'm pretty sure we can charge up at the same time. I'm expecting them to reach to the Moonblast right when I'm gonna reach now to the lunge because they baited for the first move, which was a pretty nice bait overall. But right here I'm pretty sure we can survive even a Moonblast after that double debuff. Look at that Basil dealing a lot of damage and doing a lot of work even against a tanky meta-relevant Pokemon and meta-defining Pokemon, the Cresselia. So on the switch we're gonna be met up with Swampert. They want to clear the debuffs, makes a lot of sense, but at this point we can definitely switch in there with our Walrein and start pressuring a lot with our moves. They're down on shields, which is great news for me right now. I can easily go in with the Basil and I get a little bit too great at this point. So down I go to the Hydro Cannon. I should have thrown, I don't know why I didn't, and at the back they have the Registeel. So if we had thrown here, perhaps that could be an end game for us. We could win that pretty easily, but still, as it seems, we're gonna be put up in a difficult situation right now. Well, the battle is not over yet, but they have Flash Cannon, which is absolutely deadly for my Pokemon. So if they did not have Flash Cannon, perhaps we could have had a chance, as it seems over here. But yeah, Flash Cannon absolutely made the difference on this battle, and well played to my opponent. So into the next one now, and we're facing up in front the Tapu Fini, another bad lead for our Basil. So you either get hard gold or you either get them hard gold. So yeah, Basil is a give and take situation and lose and win situation, but still with a proper backline. I think that this one is gonna be absolutely amazing. Basil can definitely do a lot of solid work against most meta teams. So over here we're having Stunfisk on the switch. This is another meta combination that you're seeing with the core of Stunfisk and Tapu Fini on the meta. They both cover each other's weaknesses pretty effectively, and now we're having the Icicle Spear on the Fisk. Down they go, as they did not shield anything as it seems, and at this point I'm just gonna let that move go through. I know that this is gonna be just a surf which we can survive, but we cannot reach, unfortunately, to that Earthquake. So I have to reach to the Icicle Spear. We can get a shield out of them, which is pretty huge at this point, and now we're gonna bring into the battle Basil. Obviously we cannot bring our Aurorus, so I'm just gonna let that go through, thinking that it is gonna be just a surf, and right after we can easily debuff this Pokemon, so now we can switch into Aurorus much easier. Of course, first they need to dump all their energy, and to do so we have to sacrifice our Basil. So down goes our Pokemon. We both are even on shields, and I want to charge up a lot, at least to a point that I have one Meteor Beam ready to go. So here comes now the surf from their part, just gonna block it. At the back there is gonna be the Skuntank, which is a pretty nice threat for the Ultra League format, but of course Aurorus being part rock can definitely survive those poison jabs. So the crunch can easily be taken. Gonna charge up even more, up to the point that I have the Meteor Beam ready to go to obliterate this Pokemon, and now one more to obliterate the next one, which is the remaining HP of the Tapu Fini. So Aurorus definitely an all-time classic as a closer for the Ultra League. Into the next one now, and the final one for the video, with Obstagoon up in front. So we're gonna switch in there with our Aurorus. I know this might not look like a great deal or anything, but I'm just gonna go in with it because I want to just avoid the matchup with the Obstagoon. So obviously going in with the Walrein might have been a better choice, or just debuff this Pokemon before switching out, because it doesn't matter how much much HP we're gonna have on the Buzzle, it is still gonna hold down pretty effectively that Obstagoon. So here comes now the Meteor Beam for the second nuke on the same Pokemon, absolutely amazing, and now we have a lot of attack to spare over here. So here comes now the Weather Ball, and even though it is not resist, it is still gonna do a lot of damage to a bulky Pokemon like this Obstagoon. So at the back they have the Nidoqueen, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go for the Lance to debuff it, and right after I feel very comfortable going in there with my Walrein, and of course knowing that they have the Obstagoon, we can stand on the high ground over here. So they're gonna go ahead and let it go through. Okay, now I'm not gonna go for any move at all, just gonna commit to the complete farm down, and Buzzle will just block the first move because they might have Gang Shot or Hyper Beam, I don't know, I have already died a few times from those moves, and yeah, with that in mind we can definitely sweep them down and farm them down with our Buzzle being turned from a leader into a closer. So that is gonna be all for today's content, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course consider subscribing to my content if you want to see more of my videos here on YouTube. With that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.